Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another glorious episode of OilTown here in City Skylines 2. Where in the last episode, guys, we built our very own football stadium. Finally, OilTown FC is now here, and you guys, a lot of you guys suggested maybe we give them the nickname the Oilers. And I think that is a perfect name for this glorious football team that's going to win every single award known to man. Even though nobody wants to come and visit here right now and support the local team. How dare these fools? But anyway, guys, today we're going to do the complete opposite. Last episode, we spent some time in making life better for our residents. Today, we're going to make it a lot worse for some of them. And I've had an idea. What is one thing that we do not have in the great nation of OilTown right now? That is a place to put the criminals. I am yet to build a prison. What is going on? I do not know. Now, prison availability is completely zero. We do have jail availability when they go to jail, but we can't sentence them to a million years hard labor. And I thought, you know what? It's time we build it, but we do it a little bit different. I think OilTown needs its own version of Alcatraz. A prison on an island. Impossible to escape unless you want to swim across the shark-infested water. It's cold, boys. You're not going to want to do it right now. You're not going to want to do it. And this here is the perfect island for it. Now, before I explain how we're going to get over there, before I explain what we're going to do, this island can also enable us to kind of solve another issue that we do have within OilTown. And before I explain all that, guys, I just want to say right now, if you are enjoying the series and want to see more, smash the like button down below. Subscribe if you are new, so you get notified when those episodes do come out. Don't rely on the recommended tab, guys. Subscribe to be notified, you damn fools. Sweet, mate. Absolutely sweet. So, this island is what we're going to work with. Now, unfortunately, we are going to have to connect it via a road, but what I'm going to do is an underground tunnel to access this area. Now, reason for it is because I need service vehicles to get to and from this, and that's very vital because we have an issue a little bit in a few places with garbage piling up. It's mainly down to the fact that all my garbage facilities are over here, and it's a long way for them to drive. So I'm going to double up this island, not only as a prison for Alcatraz, but also to place a secondary garbage area, so we have a quicker access than that one. Take a little bit of pressure off this one, and hopefully we can collect a little bit more. Now, we need to build a road to connect over here, and how are we going to do this? Well, I think we've got a 4-lane road that runs down here, which does connect to the highway with a roundabout there. If this went underground at this point, or maybe we choose to make it to go underground before it hits this, and then pop up over there, that should work for us. But I'm sure we have bus routes going through. Now, if I was to hypothetically, and this is going to be quite bad right now, but delete this. I know, I'm so sorry. They just take a different direction, a different approach, which is not the worst thing in the world. But those buildings here are just not going to like what I'm trying to accomplish. So if I then go to... I mean, how soon down can I drop it? Can I make it go underground? No. I mean, I could probably anarchy it to go underground there. Do I anarchy it for the funsies? Right, I've gone down to minus... Right, I've gone down here, boys, to minus 30. Do you reckon that's going to be enough? Will we see it under here? Right, it's popped back out on over there. We're going to have to upgrade this to be a tunnel. Is that tunnel mode upgraded? That's a tunnel, right? Yeah. But why does it not feel like a tunnel? Because I don't think it is a tunnel, is it? No. Right, Seniac, let's just do this normally. Let's not get too over the top, right? This is why anarchy is always, sometimes, most likely, definitely is the worst thing you could do. Right, we're going to make it go from over there. I'm going to get rid of the tunnel. I'm going to bring it back up. We're going to naturally do this. So I'll bring it out just by a little bit. And then we bring it right down. Right, now we're in tunnel mode. Okay. Now we're in tunnel mode. Or at least I thought we were in. Are we still in tunnel mode? I'm assuming that's still in tunnel mode, right? Yeah. So if I pick, for example, a road here. Now, I'm going to have to make this island a little bit bigger and wider to fit the buildings on. So maybe we should figure that out first before I build any roads. So on here, we need a prison. Okay, prison is not that big. Okay, that's glorious. But I do want to implement garbage. Now, I reckon we do a... I'm going to do an incineration plant. It's going to cause pollution. Oh, that's a good point. It's going to cause pollution. So which way does the wind blow over here? It blows that way. Perfect. Hopefully the planes don't hit the big chimneys that we're going to be creating. But that's perfect. The prisoners don't need to have good air quality, okay? They don't need to. Now, a building like that is also quite big. So I think it's more of a case of just squaring off the island a little bit more, not too much. So level terrain. So if I pick you, if I just kind of go through this, and then I'm just going to go up to there and then back in. I'm going to reclaim a lot of it back as well. I just want to see. That is going to be more than enough, right? That is going to be more than enough. So if I implemented, for example, you... where's the runway? Okay, it's nowhere near the runway, which is good. It's nowhere near the runway. So if I just kind of bring this up a bit more like that. And then if I was to situate you there, so I should be able to then get a 4-lane road. And I'm going to randomly drop this down here. And that's our grid format. So, can I make this go down in the ground as soon as possible? Yeah. Going to bring this around, and can we then bend and connect this in? So, I'm not sure what's going on here. What just happened there? I don't quite know if that's an actual tunnel, so to speak. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. I'm just going to delete you and see what rebuilds in its position. I'll have to do something around here that connects up to this because the road now has to kind of go around. We've kind of created this little bit of an awkwardness. But I'm hoping that's going to work. Now, if I was to connect our big incineration plant, and I'm going to build it here, right? And then off this, we're going to build a perimeter road. Hold on, let me do the upgrades first. I don't know what upgrades we're going to have attached to it. Second one, boom. And these are... What is this, by the way? This is storage extension. I don't feel like we needed a storage extension. We just needed more capacity to collect is what we needed more than anything. So we'll probably keep that as it is. We will now get rid of the tunnel. Run this going around. La-dee-da. And then get our 4-lane to... Excuse me, fool. Oh, I'm all over the place now, aren't I? To connect just to there. So I'll build that. I'll build the prison over here. Then we'll sculpt the island a little bit better because now it looks kind of a little bit crazy, doesn't it? So the prison itself is within the policing section. And prison, it's also a fairly decent sized building. I'm going to get it to go... Which way does it snap on? So it snaps on like there. We're going to get it to go there. So what I'll do is I'll do a little bend and then end it, which should be pretty nice. So that 4-lane road, they're already bringing out the garbage truck. So I think that shows us... Oh, that's not right. That the bridge is okay, I'm hoping. Right, if I do a 40 by 40... And then just bring you down to there. Going to build the prison here. So if I bring it by 1 just there. Right, and then what extensions can we add on to it? An extra prison wing. Ooh, okay. That's an extra building altogether. I reckon we pull it... What's the other one, by the way? Prison library and recreational room? I might snap it to the road as an extra extension. So, let me just claim there quickly. We're going to bring this to... Actually, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. So off there, going first around as a glorious perimeter road connecting in. La-dee-da. Now this, we're going to add the additional wing extension, which will be attached to the road. So if I went in there, and I reckon we can add another one just there, and I could probably get away with another one over here. So is that in line? I think so. So it's a way to bulk the prison area up a little bit more. It does give us a lot of capacity. I don't see us having that many prisoners, if any. I mean, you never know. You never know. We'll go around these with a perimeter road as well. Gonna make sure we do what we've got to do. There we go. There we go. And then I'll have to do something here to end it pretty gloriously. So let me first just kind of go around the edges before we just fine-tune it all. Here we'll have to do something. I can either do a car park or end it with a roundabout. So if I got the 4-lane road to kind of just come to there, and then I could drop a glorious little roundabout on the end for vehicles to turn around and pretty much head back if needs be. Right. Let's fine-tune this then and get it exactly what we need to do. Oh, we have the extension of the power grid system underneath. Let me just quickly connect this up to there, for example. Did that not work? Why did that not work? Okay. Because it's not connected. Right. Shut up. I know what I'm doing. Okay, so let me just fine-tune the island a little bit. So I'm going to take away what I don't want. I could smoothen it all off, but if we just grab, for example, here and eat into this. There we go. So I'm going to trim it, and then we're going to smoothen it all off. So let's bulk that around there. And bulk it a bit more around here. Alright, I want to be slightly conscious to what we're doing on this. And I'm going to reduce that down. As if we've created this area artificially almost on the island. And then we're going to go right into it. Now the smoothing tool will take place a lot here. Just to fine tune it all off. So soften it up. Increase the brush size. Increase the strength. And then, oh, that's too much strength. And then if I just smoothen the bottom down here around on the waterfront first, because that will play a big part in the land side of it all. And then we seep up to it because it sucks it right in. So get to the bottom so it pulls it all out. And then you almost get like a shoreline. There we go. Same over here. It's going to work a little bit different on that little narrow bit. But it should all be good at the same time. And just down here. And then finish this all nicely off. So just this little bit here we're going to sort out. We're going to really reduce the brush size on this. And there we go. We get away with all of that. So quite an interesting now design concept for the island. But I want it to feel completely isolated. And I feel like that does it justice. Now we have Wow, nearly 202 employees on this. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? No vehicles in use yet, because we haven't caught any crims. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. There is water in the tunnel, though. Is that an issue? Of course it's an issue, boys. Of course it's an issue. But is that much of an issue for us right now? I'm not too sure. I'm going to see what I can do here. So if I came out by there and then went straight down, I'm trying to give us a little bit more zoning space back for the offices. So if I was to delete all of you and let it naturally rebuild itself, we kind of get it back, a connection, and it's walkable to the transport hub over here. So we'll see what happens. There is a garbage truck over here driving around. I'll try and put it in fast forward mode. It's not really fast forward mode. But we now need to get some crimp. So I don't know how long it takes. That's a garbage truck, isn't it? Yeah. Before, like I said, we've got to find the criminals more than anything. But I don't know if the road or the tunnel having water there is an issue. I'm going to say yes, it is. It's a big issue. How do I go underground? In move it mode. I don't know how I go underground in move it mode. But I mean, there's a vehicle there now driving. That's it's a post van. So I don't know whether it's just like a visual glitch. Because it seemed to kind of get through it with ease. I don't know whether it's just like a visual glitch because of all the landscaping I've just done. We'll see. We'll see, boys. We'll see. So we gotta wait for the garbage to come back before we do start producing any type of power. This does have the ability to now pump out 75 vehicles. It's already pumped out 48. So that just goes to show, right, that it's going to take a huge slack from the other area that we created over there. It will take some huge slack right now. And it also provides 101 jobs at the same time. Now, I don't know how long until... I mean, I don't know if we've got any crims, to be honest with you. I don't know. In terms of policing, no one's been sentenced, okay? Now, crime rate is pretty good. I don't think there's anything for anyone to worry about in terms of crime rate, because it's pretty much a utopia. So we might kind of slightly get away with it, if I'm being completely honest with you. Now, I could drop down some rocks to make it quite a rocky island. I could put some gravestones down for all the dead bodies. That just sounds kind of evil, doesn't it? Random rock. Can we not do like a brush... Oh, you can do a brush stroke. I wonder how this works then. I've never done this before. Oh, they are very small rocks. Random boulders. Oh, that's better. Now, I've got it on Anarchy. I'm going to do brush strength quite dramatic. Tell me if this is overkill. Will this be overkill? Having rocks for days? I feel like you would have to go like quite dramatic. I'll see what it looks like with a kind of like a little splash of rock. I feel like it's not strong enough, the brush strength. I feel like I want it to be coated in rock. This is Alcatraz, boys. This is our version of Alcatraz. You know what I mean? You've got to sit and hold it for like ages to get any considerable amount of rock. And because I've got Anarchy on as well, it kind of, how does it look? I mean, the rocks disappear from a certain view. But coming straight in, you can kind of see him again. I know the brush size may be a bit too big here in this randomness. But it works. I can just see it's taking quite some time. But it adds to design quite nice. Now, do I do the whole island or just the prison section? That's the next question, isn't it? That is the next question. I mean, from this angle. I put now rocks everywhere, haven't I? Can I... oh, you can remove rocks quite easy. Probably the smaller brush size is the best way to do it. But you'll be here all day, wouldn't you? What do you reckon, guys? I mean, it looks better. It looks like an actual reclaimed island when they put boulders around the edge to stop the waves from deforming it. It does, you know, I will give it that. But I still feel like you need a lot more to kind of complete that effect. Like, if I was to do it here, and I move very slowly with this, you get this whole edge front here, which works, right? That looks like it's on a reclaimed island now, doesn't it? But that's a lot of rock you need. It is a lot of rock you need, isn't it? Right, any vans being pumped out yet? No. It's probably going to be ages before we see any criminals, because I don't think anyone gets sentenced in OilTown. It's too much of a paradise. I mean, what are they saying? What's negative about it? The small homes and the high noise pollution. It's too much of a paradise, boys. It really is. Right, have we rebuilt over here now? And they are slowly coming back. All them garbage trucks will be making their way back at some point. There's so many garbage trucks now driving around. Which is great, because we have all of a sudden this extra coverage. All of a sudden we've got this extra coverage right now, but no one's made their way back just yet. But yeah, I think you've got to go OTT right with the rock. And then you've got to trim it so then it doesn't go right against the road. But like I said, it's so difficult to do. It's so difficult to get right. But it does look good if you can get it right. It can look real good. But boy oh boy is it quite difficult to get it perfect. Yeah, I might have to do it in my own time rather than letting you guys just sitting there watching me go through it all crazy. But I do like it. It really feels like a reclaimed area. It really does feel like that. So that's pretty good. Right, nice, glorious, boys. Absolutely glorious right now. We have our very own version of Alcatraz, and we've managed to extend slightly the incineration and the garbage collection. So hopefully it's a little bit easier. Now, waiting for a hearse. Yeah, we know that is always going to be a bit of an issue. We did add these in here for extra collecting abilities. See how we get on. How is healthcare in general? Oh, so deaths versus capacity, handling capacity is still completely off. Maybe we just still need more. Do you reckon we need like a cemetery or two? I could also place down cemeteries. But crematoriums. Where do we have space for crematoriums? We've got a football stadium just there. Maybe here we can fit in a little bit of a crematorium in. So it just looks like we still need to have a little bit more capacity. So add an additional incinerator. And then we'll add in some hearses. So I'm not going to do it over the top right now. It's just that gives us the ability then to have 20 vehicles. And extra handling capacity. So the handling capacity is 150. Is that the exact number we're looking at? If so, we might need to throw a few more down. I've just realised this is now finally started to have all the buildings in. There's another crematorium there. Since the pollution has completely dropped, which is good to see. Near the highway connections will be good as well for these crematoriums, but it all depends on how big they are. We could get away one here. And if I add in you and add in extra vehicles there, what does that do for us in terms of capacity? So we're going to try and get it into the green, is what we'll do. We'll try and get to green. There's nothing over in this vicinity. So I wonder if it makes sense to delete a little bit of that road Drop you down just before the bridge. And you get the extensions on for the vehicles. So it's not so much having the vehicles, it's having the building with the capacity. Is what we're after more than anything. So we're now technically in the green, but I'm going to try and get into the green by one more. And where should we do? I feel like over here would be a good shout. And maybe right on the edge. That'll take up a lot of space. I'll do it there. I know we got a few over here, but I'll do one more just here. Now, what was this one again? Oh, storage capacity. Why am I not placing those upgrades on it? Oh, I'm a fool here. I haven't done this upgrade. Gives us a little bit extra capacity there, boys. So that increases now our handling capacity above the what is we're currently having as def. So that should give us more than we require. Completely way more than what we require at this point. So that will be super handy. That will be super handy. Now, not saying we've seen any prison vans just yet, guys. No, we're definitely not going to see any prison vans right now. Everyone's just too good. Everyone's just too nice. That looks really good on that side. That side and over here looks a little bit rough. It's kind of funny, isn't it? It is kind of funny. Right, these guys are complaining about noise right now. So, what is the reason behind it? What are you? Schools? Is it the schools emitting the noise? Is that what it is? You could argue yes. So, what if I switched where they're complaining? Wait, hold on. What's that? Oh, hold on. There's a radio mast here. Right, delete you. I'm not sure what houses are they. Low rent housing? Right, that will get rid of the noise pollution. That's why they were complaining about noise pollution this whole time. It was nothing to do with the commercial. It was actually a big, huge radio mast. But has that affected me in terms of communications? No. How is... Oh, mail service is not looking great these days, is it? We got a lot of under-serviced areas. So I'm going to put down a bunch of mail stops right now. Small post office will be a great addition. I'll put this... Where do we have the space to put this? It's quite a large bit. Oh, we can do it here. Right, I'm going to do it there. Mail extension building. I'll put it right there. They're going to hate me for that. And a post van garage on the opposite side. They're going to legit hate me for what I've just done. It is what it is, boys. It is what it is right now. Right, so we've got to add a lot more in than what we've currently got. So another post office area in this vicinity would be a good shout. I'm just going to throw it in here. And use an extension to go there. Right, just gives a little bit more in this area than what is required. But we're awfully close. So we'll drop down a bunch of mailboxes. Just to kind of give us the coverage required. I don't know if we'll need any around here, but... they have the ability to have some if they need it. Where else are we not serving right now? Adding one just there. And up into the Hollywood Hills. Right, that covers the mail there. There's a few little empty gaps around here. It's mainly just getting all the roads to be green. Is what we're aiming for. And We need mail for the prisoners, don't we? We really do. Right, but that doesn't give me my capacity. I know we got this big building over here that we're utilising, but the sorting speed? Nah, mate. Not happening. We need another post-sorting facility, don't we? Now, I could place this in New Orleans, a post-sorting facility. It is a very, 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 very large building. But I'm wondering if we could outsource it either there or there's somewhere around here. Oh, no, we could do it over on this island, couldn't we? Of course we can. Of course we can, boys. So if I dropped it, for example... actually, this is a good example right now of probably not what to do. But if I go there with this, any upgrades that are not additional buildings. There we go. So that was extra loading ramps. That was automated sorting. I go around with our perimeter road, which we should be able to connect right off the edge. Directly down. So all the extension is mail building extensions, isn't it? So if I just added one in for now. And straight across. Leave it as that. Does that give me the mail service availability? I mean, that should increase my processing rates. It's probably just a case of I got to give it chance for the vehicles to head around and do what they've got to do. But these small improvements, I am starting to see a lot less people now complaining. Right, you're complaining about noise pollution. What's going on here? It's residential buildings. I might switch these out for commercial. Because there is a lot of noise in that area in general. And these should eventually stop complaining once that noise pollution has decreased in the area from me deleting that radio mast. So that's just a case of, you know, wait and we'll see the differences take place. I'm assuming no prison vans yet? No, no one's been sentenced yet, guys. Is this now producing power? Got a little bit of power coming out. It means nothing to us, that power that it's producing. It means nothing. Because we've got such a huge surplus that we could eventually sell. So that's pretty good to see. Garbage speeds and processing, though, we are... Yeah, we've... Oh, my goodness me, look at the processing versus the garbage we've got coming in. We technically didn't need that. I just needed more of a... an easier way to get the cover to it. So this has got to be the least amount of complaints I've had in a very, very long time on OilTown. Guys, am I building a utopia right now? I feel like I'm legit building a utopia. Has this pumped out any vehicles yet? No. Not so much just yet. But that's fine. You know, it takes time. The game simulation speed is quite low right now. And are people enjoying the football stadium? Anyone parked here yet? No parking. No parking. There's no vehicles here at all. Now, I did get a bunch of car parks over here that I can move in. That's still broken. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. But I'm now going to pause and move this. And I have to involve anarchy to be able to do it. So, where do I throw it in? All I want to do is just throw it in for them to be able to collect their vehicles. So, I need a big enough space to work with. I could actually just throw it in over here. So, if I did one there, it moves some vehicles and then it literally brings some vehicles then to OilTown. Which people who live in on the island could then theoretically come and collect their vehicles and then drive about. So, I'll just move the two over for now. There's a lot of vehicles there. I could set it where the parking fee is extremely high. Or I could just choose to close it so they have to come and collect their vehicles. Is also the other side of it as well. So closing it forces them to come and collect it. They can just hop on the subway system, get off over there, and then walk and pick up their vehicles and then drive them home. That's all they need to do. So theoretically, if everybody collected them, there is a total of 321 vehicles. So that brings 642, if my math was correct there, vehicles driving around, which is actually quite a lot, but you just never know. You just never know. Right, lots of garbage trucks now skadooling around this junction. It's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, it will be a while before we see any prisoners going to Alcatraz. But when we do, we're going to lock them up and throw away the key. Right, we've now got our residential demand back. So I think officially, we've got to think about right now how we can finalize this vicinity. So hopefully we see some vehicles getting moved at some point. Some vehicles driving around. But yeah, OilTown is actually a utopia. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please smash that like button down below. Until next time, I see you all soon. So goodbye.